Naming acids is often considered to be tricky, but it's not tricky if you break it apart into 3 categories. Now, first of all, you must identify that's an acid. Acids always start with hydrogen in the formula. But then it comes down to what's with the hydrogen. As we know it's an acid, we know it has hydrogen. But what's with the acid? What's in the acid in addition to the hydrogen? And it comes down to the names of the pieces you're adding to it. And if it is something that ends in ic, like phosphoric, sulfuric, nitric, then it really is a polyatomic ion that ends in 8. So phosphoric is really phosphate. Sulfuric is really sulfate. And nitric is really nitrate with the hydrogen. So each of those would be paired up with hydrogen. If it ends in us, then it's really an ite. So if it was nitrous acid, that's really nitrite with hydrogen. Or if it's chlorous acid, it's really chlorite with hydrogen. And then the third category is for polyatomic, is for anything that's not a polyatomic ion. Sorry. So if it's hydro something acid, then it's not phosphate and it's not phosphite, it's just phosphorus. Or if it's say hydrosulfuric, so it's not sulfate because they used hydro. It's not sulfite because they use hydro. It's really just hydrogen and sulfur. So here's the little phrase I say in class to help everyone remember it. It's 8-ic, ite-us, or hydroblankic. So let's work these out here. Chromic acid. Chromic would really come from chromate. So we write down chromate, CrO4, and it has a -2 charge. And since hydrogen needs to come first, okay, well, hydrogen has to come first, and hydrogen is a +1. Now, these don't balance each other out yet. So we have to say, oh, if this is a +1 and that's a -2, how many hydrogens do I need? I would actually have to have 2 hydrogens to balance out the chromate. And here is the formula for chromic acid. Hydrogen with chromate, H2, the 2 hydrogens to balance out that charge, and then chromate. Nitrous. Us's are really ites, so it's not nitrogen, it's nitrite. So we have to find the formula for nitrite. Another polyatomic ion, NO2 -1. Oh, it's an acid again, so it's got to start with hydrogen. Let's see. Now this one, though, we have a +1 and a -1, so those go together pretty easily. It's just HNO2. They balance each other out. And this third one, though, we have hydro here. See the hydro? That hydro is a huge clue. That means it's just hydrogen and whatever element is hidden in here. Let's see if we can decode that. It's going to be hydrogen and nitrogen. So we go, and I got hydrogen. Hydrogen is a +1, and nitrogen is a -3. So how would those go together? Be H3N, hydronitric acid. So that's the rule. 8-ic, chromate, chromic. Chromic, really chromate right there. And then nitrous, really nitrite. And hydronitric is really just hydrogen and nitrogen. How did I know nitrite was NO2 -1? It's on the back of the periodic table. It's very similar to one of the ones you had to remember. Chromate is one of the ones you have to remember. And that's the basics of naming acids and writing acid formulas. 8-ic, ite-us, or hydroblankic.